Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. That's not a very interesting sight in front of you at the moment. It's the beautiful big Dior box that my latest Dior order has come in. Let me wobble you about a bit with my iPad setup so you can see a proper box, which I'm very pleased with. This contrasts with how Chanel's orders are coming these days. So, sorry, I have to do it one-handed, taking the lid off there. Comes with a beautiful presentation card with all the invoice details, gorgeous tissue paper, you can see, and then the contents, instead of the, horrible, cheap looking, flimsy envelope that even Chanel orders worth hundreds of pounds come in now in the name of ecology. But the truth is, it's just cheapness. So there's my first little rant. What have I got from Dior? Let's take it out of the box because it's much too big to get in focus. And I've got a few goodies. Only one of them actually is from the new summer Eden Roc collection. And I ummed and ahed about getting anything from this collection, to be honest with you. I wasn't going to. There are a couple of highlighters, nothing new there. A couple of bronzers, nothing new there. Two quints, both of which look very nice, but for various reasons I thought probably I didn't need. There may be some lip products, I can't remember. But basically it was only the eye. Oh, there are three nail polishes. One of them is white, and I was quite interested in that because white is really difficult to do. And none of my Chanel whites, I have quite a few, are that successful. Then there's a gold, which was pretty but nothing special. And then I haven't seen on sale anywhere, including the Dior website here in the UK. It's not on Selfridges, it's not any of the other websites yet. Kind of metallic blue, which did look quite nice. But anyway, haven't been able to track that down. So I ummed and ahed with the quints, and I ended up getting the limited edition Eden Roc quint, which it's just the presentation is so pretty that I couldn't resist. I thought about getting the kind of more neutral brown one. This one has this one is the Eden Roc one. I think this collection has been released to kind of coincide with them opening a Dior spa at the Luxury Eden Roc Hotel. Not that I will be going there. So I've actually pulled the blind down because it's so sunny outside. So now what I was doubtful about here was what also kind of attracted me to this palette, which was that blue in the bottom, along with the beautiful engraving. It's like a kind of mariner's wheel. I just thought was so pretty. I haven't even photographed this for Instagram, and I'm about to dip my fingers in it. What can you do, eh? But I thought I wear blue so seldom. It put me in mind immediately of an old palette, a big palette of Tom Ford's that I had years ago, which, again, I always remember getting this. I bought it in Harvey Nichols. I absolutely did not intend to, again, because of the bright blue, and I just thought the other colours were a bit samey. And then the brilliant sales assistant did such a good job in showing me how I could use this blue and how good it looked on me, which I have never been able to replicate since. That, of course, I bought it. And that's a good few years ago. I will say this brown here is an amazing neutral one and done colour. I should take this out and use it more than I do, and it's even good in my eyebrows, to be honest. So I thought, well, I've probably got enough. I have got some other blue palettes, but that one definitely sprang to mind. But hey ho, couldn't resist. Now, I've since seen quite a few demos of this palette on American YouTube channels, which suggests that this blue is very different from previous blues. Shall we see? I'm going to try and go in the corner without disturbing it too much, that it's a very grey blue. It's certainly, let's just try it against the Tom Ford one. Not super duper pigmented, although it's going on quite, yeah, I mean, just look at the comparison with old Tom. So they do apply very, very differently. And to be honest, that probably is going to be a lot more wearable for me. And then you've got two browns, kind of goldeny caramel. Yeah, this is, again, it's interesting, isn't it? Quite a lot of the releases this year, or this summer, this spring, summer, are more of a kind of colour wash. They're not exactly dry. They're definitely smooth as you're applying, but just not so densely pigmented as you might expect. That one's quite decent, actually. That's a pretty shade, actually. Looks warmer on. I feel that's a very summer brown, actually. So let's try and take out that blue there, which is confusing matters. I think we can see, there's the creamy white. And finally, this kind of more sandy, goldy brown. So it is quite a pretty summer story. Haven't tried it on the eye. That's the first time I've swatched, actually. So definitely haven't tried it on the eyes. Need to do that and see how it looks on me. I got very excited about 80s blue and thought, well, if I'm going for this, I'm going to go for a blue mascara. And I haven't had a Dior mascara in a long time, so I went for the Dior Show Waterproof. Total 80s blue. So actually that's going to be much more electric blue than the Eden Roc one. It's much closer to the Tom Ford blue, which, truth to say, I have never plucked up the courage to do more than use as an eyeliner in a very 80s look, but, you know, what can you do? So the other thing that I got just caught my eye on the Dior website, and it was a cushion powder in a limited edition. I think this has been out for quite a long time. Mille Fiore, multi-flowered. Slightly disappointed, actually. I don't think I realised that this was kind of canvas material. That's going to get so dirty if it's in the handbag. I thought it was going to be kind of like polished laminate or plastic. But it is very pretty. And it's this... do you do that? Ooh, it's very sparkly. I'm going to have to experiment with this. Very, very sparkly. On the website, I don't know if I love that, actually. It looked much more kind of just like a lavender powder, which was what I was looking for, whereas this is super glittery. That's a bit of a disappointment, but I'll have to play with that and experiment a bit more. Maybe find some videos going back to that. See how other people have worked it. So I also got, again, you see, they do so much better free gifts. A little cosmetic pouch Nothing that exciting, but always nice to get some free gift when you've spent a lot of money. Even their kind of cloth pouches are more substantial than Chanel's ones at the moment. And you get the same kind of 2 samples, but there's a much bigger... Well, in fact, I got 3 samples, including one of these little guinea pig lipsticks. How cute is that? Little lip gloss. I mean, that really will go in a Diddy micro purse. So those things really are super useful to me. And I chose a Miss Dior Eau de Parfum. I'm not that keen on Dior fragrances, any of them. I'm not so familiar with their kind of limited edition exclusives range. This is Gris Dior, which is one of those. I did buy my mother a couple of years ago a ludicrously expensive Dior advent calendar, which had quite a few miniature eau de toilette bottles from the exclusives range, and some of them were very nice, but I can't really remember what that one was like, but I shall enjoy using that. Quick comment on nails. Okay. The news is out. Someone very kindly commented on one of my recent videos that Chanel was coming out with 20 new nail polishes, and I was a bit dubious about that because I hadn't heard a thing. I hurried onto the website, and of course there was no mention of it at all in the UK. Not that that's conclusive of anything, but I hadn't heard anything, you know, on Instagram or the internet. But Alison Chase did mention in a video this week that there are 17 new colours coming out and 7 reformulations of old colours, some of which will be renamed or renumbered. Just a few, like Ballerina and Rouge Noir, will stay. So I don't know how I feel about that. You'd think I'd be super excited. I'm a bit worried about my purse, obviously, but also looking at the colours, I wasn't as excited as Ali Chase was about them. They didn't look very exciting to me. They were all very cool, and you know, I tend to like cool makeup, but perhaps not so much cool toned nail polishes. But also there didn't seem to be any of the kind of micro finishes, the enamelled finishes, the chromed finishes. They're all the things that I think of that Chanel does really, really well in nail polish. And I have never kind of raved in quite the same way about the formula, although it's obviously it's good. I don't think it's as good as, for example, the Hermes formula. But I'm talking about the new formula. I put on the other day quite an old Chanel polish. This is Marilyn, which I believe comes from 2006, if you please. So a good few years old. And this literally has been on for 24 hours, 2 coats, no top coat to be fair. And I've been doing a lot of housework today. Unusual for me, but various reasons for it. And I so got used to not having to put on gloves because the recent formulations are so good that your nails still last for 5 to 6 days, but you can see that's not true of the older ones. So it is fair to say that, not surprisingly, the newer formulations in Chanel are very good. So I don't know, what do other people think about 20 plus colours, 17 new ones all at once? Seems a lot. I had noticed that the current collection is kind of the permanent collection running down on the website, but definitely now's the time if you want to stock up on any favourite colours. Ones like Arancia Vibrante, Verde Novello, is it Moonshine? They'll all be going, and they're really, really pretty colours. Much more interesting, I would say, than the look of the new ones. But maybe I'm being a bit pessimistic, and I shall fall for them when I see them. So there we go. I shall need to update you when I've used my Eden Roc palette soon, hopefully. And let me know if any of you succumbed to the Dior summer collection, and if so, what you bought and what you think of it. And until next time, bye for now.